Let me ask you a question that might hurt a little. Why is it that the more attention you give someone, the less interested they seem? Why does chasing someone never bring them closer, but walking away sometimes does? And why does silence suddenly make people curious, while constant effort makes them bored? This is not luck. This is not dating games. This is human psychology. And once you understand it, you'll never chase the wrong person again. Here's the uncomfortable truth. People don't lose interest because you care too much. They lose interest because chasing changes how the brain values you. Let me explain. The human brain is wired to desire what feels earned, not what feels guaranteed. When something is too available, the brain stops investing energy into it. Psychologists call this the principle of perceived value. Value is not about how good something is. It's about how rare and uncertain it feels. This is why expensive brands limit access. This is why exclusive clubs feel attractive. This is why people often pull away when you chase them. When you chase someone, you unintentionally send a psychological signal. I'm more invested than you. And the moment that imbalance appears, attraction starts to collapse. Because attraction needs tension, not drama. Not manipulation, but emotional balance. Now let's go deeper. Humans are subconsciously drawn to people who seem complete without them. When someone senses that you need their attention to feel okay, their brain registers pressure. And pressure kills desire, even if they don't consciously think it. Their subconscious says, if I'm this important to their happiness, that's a responsibility I didn't ask for. So they pull away. Not because you're unworthy, but because the dynamic feels heavy. Now here's something most people misunderstand. Chasing doesn't look like effort to the brain. It looks like lack of options. And human psychology associates lack of options with lower value. Think about it. When someone is confident, fulfilled, and busy with life, they don't overchase. So, when you chase excessively, you unintentionally signal, you are my main source of validation, and that shifts power. Attraction rarely survives power imbalance. Now let's talk about dopamine, the chemical behind interest and excitement. Dopamine is released when there is anticipation, not certainty. When someone doesn't know exactly where they stand with you, their brain stays engaged. But when you chase, explain, reassure, and overcommunicate, you remove mystery. No mystery equals no dopamine. The brain relaxes, and relaxed brains don't chase. They get bored. This is why people often say they changed after I started showing interest. No, you didn't change. The dynamic changed. Now, let's bring in human behavior psychology. People unconsciously mirror effort. Someone invests less and still receives more. Their brain learns, I don't need to try. So they stop trying. Chasing trains people how to treat you. If you tolerate slow replies, mixed signals, or emotional distance while still giving full effort, you teach their nervous system that you'll stay regardless. And certainty without effort reduces attraction. This isn't cruelty, it's conditioning. Now let's talk about something deeper, self-perception. People are attracted to those who respect themselves, not loudly, not arrogantly, but through boundaries. When you chase, you often cross your own boundaries. You reply instantly, even when busy. You ignore disrespect to keep connection. You explain yourself too much. And subconsciously, the other person notices. If you don't protect your value, their brain won't either. This is why walking away feels powerful. It's not because it's a tactic, but because it restores balance. Now here's the hardest truth. People don't lose interest because you chase. They lose interest because chasing replaces confidence with anxiety. And anxiety is not attractive. Confidence says, I enjoy you. I don't need you to feel whole. Anxiety says, please don't leave. I need this. The brain can feel the difference instantly. Now let's address a common confusion. Does this mean you should ignore people? Act cold? Play games? No. Psychology is not about manipulation. It's about alignment. Healthy interest flows both ways. If you're chasing, it means the interest is already uneven. And instead of fixing the imbalance, chasing exaggerates it. The strongest psychological move is not chasing or ignoring. It's matching energy. When effort is equal, attraction stabilizes. When effort is unequal, attraction fades. Now let's talk about why walking away works psychologically. When you stop chasing, two things happen. First, you remove pressure. The other person can breathe again. Second, you reintroduce uncertainty, and uncertainty wakes the brain up. Suddenly they wonder, did I lose them? Why did they stop trying? What changed? Not because you played a trick, but because the dynamic shifted. And here, said the key part, walking away doesn't make people value you unless you are already valuable. If someone truly doesn't care, walking away won't magically change them. And that's a gift, because chasing someone who doesn't value you never creates love. It creates exhaustion. Now, let's flip the perspective. The goal is not to make someone chase you. The goal is to never chase someone who isn't choosing you. Real interest doesn't need convincing. It shows up. It responds. It invests. If someone only wants you when you pull away, that's not attraction. That's control. No. And psychology teaches us something important. You don't build connection by chasing approval. You build it by being grounded in yourself. So what should you do instead? First, stop over-explaining. You don't need to justify your feelings to someone who is unsure about you. Second, respect your own time. Your life should feel full with or without them. Third, pay attention to consistency, not words. Interest is behavioral, not verbal. And finally, choose people who meet you halfway. Because the right connection never makes you feel like you rerunning after someone who's walking away. Here's the final truth most people learn too late. The moment you stop chasing people who don't choose you, you stop abandoning yourself. And self-respect is the foundation of attraction, not effort. If this made you reflect, like the video, subscribe to the channel and stay with me. More psychology truths are coming, the kind that save you from emotional exhaustion and help you build real, balanced connections. Because understanding psychology doesn't just change how others treat you, it changes how you choose yourself.